lusted after by auto enthusiasts for over 60 years. In 1979, Bill Carlisle bought his 1932 Ford 5-window coupe for $400. Little more than a rusted shell, Bill began making the car into a sandrail. Seen here in these rare home movies, Bill's Deuce featured a early Chrysler Hemi engine. The Hemi was later replaced by a big block Chevrolet with 3 two-barrel carburetors.
Wow, here's Bill Carlisle of Carlisle Racing.
Carlisle
Bill, tell us, how do you feel this morning?
Who's Carlisle Racing? I feel real nervous, but I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, tell us about your car. It's a beauty, all right.
It says it all.
We're gonna take a peek. Got my camera right here.
This is the first time out of it. We'll see what it does.
Yep.
By the early 90s, Bill's car had been transformed into a nostalgia-style, altered wheelbase street rod. A bad boy on any block, the Board 54 Chevrolet engine propelled the lightweight street rod to speeds few street-legal cars could match or maintain.
Changes. I was running on street tires. Down there, you'll notice on the earlier stuff, smoking tires. So I went to a set of 14 by 32 slicks on the back. Up front, we run some EG front runners to go with them. A lot lighter tire. I loosened up the suspension so the front can lift a lot faster. But I put a guard on it to make it legal, because that was one of the things they told me about. Notice the side pipes are gone. I took the side pipes off. Cut it off so it can dump here better, which will make it breathe better, more upper end. Put the wheelie bars back on. Come around and take a look. The wheelie bars back on. Notice they're in the up position now. We're loading it on the trailer. Hook on the wheels. This is actually shoe polish. Got scratches off. That's basically so when after you do a run, if this makes contact with the wheel, with the ground, it'll scuff that shoe polish right off, so I can tell if they're working or not, or which one hits the hardest, so I can adjust them. Fork for a tow rig. Also went to the old style moon disc. We got this white stripe on here. This is again a shoe polish you put on here so that when we're filming it, you'll see it filmed here pretty soon. If the tires spin, that shows it up a lot better than just a black tire. You can see if it's spinning or if it's hooking up and going. You can compare it that way. We also raised it up some in the front. See? Notice how the frame is up some more. That'll tend to set it back more. I also added ballast weight in the very back of the trunk to give it more weight right on the rear tires so it'll hook up better. Change the angle of the ladder bars underneath too, so it'll flatten the tires more. Should get right up and go with now. We'll find out tomorrow.
Even though Bill and his coupe were successful at the drag strip, he was looking to realize a dream he had carried since the age of 11, to drive at the world-famous Bonneville Salt Flats. Since 1935, the dry salt lake bed near Wendover, Utah, has been a mecca for racers looking to push the envelope, hoping to discover how fast a car can go. It is a place where aerodynamics and brute horsepower battle miles of pristine salt. By 1995, Bill Carlisle had made the decision to go to the Bonneville Salt Flats.
This is the first stages of changing this thing over to run Bonneville. We run it drags the last 2 years. And now we're going to completely change the car again, drop it down, as you can see the differences. This is going to be out another foot, at least farther than that. We started this just for a reference point. But in order to run the lines, we're going to have to go on out another foot. But it's going to be down, probably the body itself will be down probably another 6 inches. We're going to chop the top. This is what the windshield height will be between the tape. Well, we're back again. Now you can see how low it is. This is about where it'll sit. Front of the body will actually be down about 2 inches more. It'll stay the same at the back, and that'll line up the cowl there with the nose better.
As we watch Bill remove the engine from the coupe, we have to remember that him and his crew of friends have only 10 short months to totally rebuild the car, doing this around their daytime jobs, family commitments, and other responsibilities. This would be just the start of a lot of long, sleepless nights. Well, it's just that easy. Once the 32 was stripped of its engine and interior, it was taken to S&S Auto for body work.
Won't look like this again. Never again. Did you ever get that piece? Yeah, I'm the main clip part was throwing in with it. Wind up at the big part that goes down and holds it in. Broken out. All the piece that he got was broke. How much of this do you think is going to give when I cut it apart? Frame pretty solid? Is it going to
Frame?
hold?
Oh, the frame will hold it,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, is the body going to hold with it? Because what I'm going to do is, the next thing I'm doing is I'm marking this thing off and I'm cutting it.
Good.
You know? And then I'm planning on putting it back together somewhat today.
Good.
Yeah. On the back, gotta unscrew those. Here's the rail here, right?
With master bodymen Tom Beaver and Scott Crash Tritt in charge, the 60-year-old sheet metal starts its transformation. Bodymen like Tom and Scott are just as much artists as they are craftsmen, and it will take all of their skills to get the car ready on time.
That's going to be a mean-looking Hummer.
It's going to be cool. Totally cool. Yeah, that's going to be a really a neat car.
Oh yeah, another thing I was thinking about. You want us to figure out that NASCAR lap deal? Now's the time. You know, that NASCAR flip-up deal to get around backwards.
The tape was a must.
Just gonna put it back on.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Tom, since it looked like this. 15 years. That's why I did that.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna look this way too long.
No, you're doing it a lot faster than I did, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you see, my plan is I'm gonna be all done with this chop job next Friday. I mean, 100% finished. Primer. See, that way we can play around with getting all the underneath belly pans done and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime during next week, we can get that all laid out, pop the body off, and hey.
You bet.
What would it take?
Because shortly after that, I'm going up to Fife and get the roll cage stuff.
Hey, for the fun of it, turn that around. Should have had something on backwards and he came by to give him a real view of it.
We don't need any heart attacks. My blood pressure was good at the doctor's office today.
Even a camera, you gotta have a picture, you going zoom, zoom in it. Oh, I turned it on.
It's going right now. I didn't even hit pause.
Oh.
The pause button is right there by your thumb.
Hey, that looked pretty good. A little sound effects.
You sitting on the floor?
Go through 4 gears, will you, Dad? I didn't hear you. 4 gears?
4?
Yeah.
4 right now, possibly 7.
Okay, start shifting. That's 30 miles an hour.
I'm not that young yet. I do that only at home when I'm in the garage and no one else around. We're driving down the freeway.
Okay, Tom, we're going to narrate and we're going across the salt. Are we ready? Here he comes, folks. He just shifted into 1 gear. He shifted into 2.
This is the air brake right here.
Yeah. Nothing fun.
Wait, I got to get over here. Get down and touch the asphalt with your legs.
I am.
The Flintstones,
Yes.
man.
I know it is.
Yeah, yeah, put your feet down over there. I gotta show you the Flintstone power. Going for a record.
Yep. We're gonna push it all the way down. No. No, Gary. No. This is what you do.
And there's Go Power.
That's the blower.
And there's room for 2 squirrels in that hood.
That's it.
Well, it looks like a different car, all right.
Yeah, it'll be okay. Now that's the angle. The window is 5 3/8 high. Inside. I didn't think 3/8 was going to kill it.
I bet.
That's for sure.
Chopping a car is not as easy as it looks. Anyone can hack the roof off. The trick is to stretch and move the sheet metal in such a way that it can be reattached to the rest of the body. Like a 3D jigsaw puzzle, a chop job takes a lot of pieces to put back together. More than one classic car has met an ugly fate at the hands of a body man who didn't quite know what he was doing.
So are we going to break this sucker up? Well, no. Well, yeah, I can show you how it works. I don't think we're going to use it on anything, but at least we'll know what it is and how it works. That does stuff. Now, okay, Crash, here, we need to run some beads. Just fill it in. And grind it down. I was wondering if you wanted to Bondo as well. Well, I don't want no Bondo in this car. Little as possible. Little as possible.
So we're just going to use a couple of spools as well and
shape it, reshape it.
right, take the file out.
Right. Grind it out. All right. Okay.
No, Crash and Tom are not building a Woody. Those are for forming the new hood and nose sections for the car. Meanwhile, Bill was inside putting together a roll cage and constructing extra braces for his hand-built frame. With lightweight not a factor at Bonneville, Bill wisely went for high strength throughout the car. Any hot rod takes planning, but one destined to go 200 miles an hour raises the stakes just that much higher. Bill and Tom constantly brainstormed on the project to keep everything on track. That kind of cooperation and communication would be very important when it came time to lift the body off the frame.
Okay? Hey. Okay? Everybody okay? Yep. Okay? Put it down right there.
With the body entrusted to the crew at S&S Auto, Bill took the chassis back to his garage. There was still a lot of work to be done.
Steering column, bracket for it.
Uh-huh.
Now I want to get out of the car. Just pour this way over so you can see that. Not the bar anyway. Pull this collar up. Get that right off. To get in and out.
Even though it takes just seconds on video, in real life it took day after day of endless hours to get the chassis ready to race. All of that strength would be put to the test by the new engine. Bill Carlisle had completely revamped his big block Chevrolet to power the coupe. The 468 cubic inch Chevrolet delivered 850 horsepower and red lines at a screaming 7,300 RPM. To install the engine, Bill called upon his son-in-law, Jim Russell, for some extra help.
That's what I was thinking. Say I'd have to leave the garage.
I'm going to grab something and lock the tires so I don't roll back. Here's that. I guess I'm okay. Now, would you bring the jack up? Sure. Jack?
Well,
Yeah, we'll need to slide it right underneath. Ready?
With the frame and engine at last coming together, it was time to head back to the body shop. Tom Beaver had worked magic to get the sheet metal modified, louvered, hammered, and flawless in just 6 short months. Now the body and the frame needed to be put back together. Time was running short if they hoped to make it to the Bonneville Salt Flats.
give me a piece of cardboard, trash. No, we're holding. No, we're not holding. Okay, good. Come on, easy down, guys. Down. You're in home, Bill? In home? It's going to come down to this side, guys. Okay, good. There you go. That's it.
Bill checked the cockpit for fit with the revamped body now in place. The old Deuce Coupe was starting to look like a car again, but there was no time to celebrate. The still unfinished race car was loaded onto its trailer and towed back to Bill's garage in Union, Oregon. There was still lots and lots of work to be done.
Have the signature model.
Okay.
What do I think?
Yeah,
I'm real happy we're this far along.
you bet.
One more day working on that this week, okay, and I probably would have just fell over.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's been kind of tough on me lately.
You and me both.
But
It's 2 in the morning and getting up at 6 is getting old.
yeah, it hasn't been quite that bad for me. But
What's that thing I said the other day? If you want to run the dues, you got to pay your dues.
yeah, if you want to play, you're gonna pay. And now we know a lot more about building race cars than we did 6 months ago, right, Crash?
We know a lot more about a lot of things than we did 6 months ago.
Oh, cool. We're shaping up.
Long days turned into even longer nights as everyone pitched in to get the Deuce ready. Hundreds of jobs, both big and small, had to be finished before the car could run under its own power. With the prospect of 200 miles an hour looming ahead, everything had to be perfect. All too soon there was no more time left. The long journey to Bonneville had begun. The 48th annual Bonneville Speed Week, a 7-day celebration of fast cars, trucks, and motorcycles, was to be the first chance to test the rebuilt racer. There, the results of 10 months of labor would face the challenge of the salt.
Easy, slow.
Huh?
How much bounce in the rim?
Once the car was unloaded and the crew settled in, it was time for tech inspection. Technical inspection is a must for all vehicles making a record attempt at the salt flats. Each category has a strict set of rules governing engine size, body modifications, fuel usage, and so on. Safety is also a factor. If a car is presented to the officials and found to be unsafe in any way, it will not be allowed to run.
Do it!
Looks like him. That's good.
So he'll be coming back around, won't he?
Yep.
What a movie car. I want to rev it up in you and everything, so.
There goes his parachute.
Now you can go 75. Sure, with this low. Oh. You can just hear it. You want to decide?
Bill,
Oh, I know what.
how was your first race?
It was really cool.
Yeah, this one.
A little loose, felt a little slick out there the first time to get used to the salt.
Uh-huh.
Kicked up right up first, going through the gears real easy. Fourth gear we were just loping. We were up to speed way before we come into the mile number 2.
I got it
I
on.
just held it there, just let it lope, so I seen it was 4,500, so I just tried to lope it on through so I get a good clocking.
How did it handle?
Handled good. It's a little bit quick steering. We'll make some changes before the next run. Next down. Time to come down.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it was better. Just check our fuel.
Does the driver feel like a hero?
Does the driver feel like a hero?
Yeah, I feel like we accomplished something.
All right.
Hero is different than accomplishing something.
Changes, cruise controller, head suggested ASDM.
With only 2 runs on the salt flats, Bill had already driven faster than ever before. More importantly, he and the car were now qualified to move up to the next speed bracket.
We're alright.
Cut her around a little more, son.
Huh?
How was it, man?
Good. Do you have my boost in your car?
Probably.
Dad beat it. He's in it. He's in the next class.
How fast did he go?
159.
That's what I said. That's what I thought. I heard you talk to him.
Happy with their success, the crew loaded the 32 coupe onto its trailer for the long trip home, just in time for Baker City's annual Memory Cruise car show.
All right, second place for race cars, sponsored again by Thunder Mountain. And if you want to be a member of Thunder Mountain, we'll give you an application. You can be a charter member or a regular member, and we are having a membership drive. It's a 32 Ford, red with black scallops. It's got a 468 in it, and it came from Union, Oregon, Bill and Sandy Carlisle family. That's the one I think that just came back from Bonneville. Now tell the folks what you did this week in Bonneville.
We're on
162 on the licensing round. Yes, 162.
162 on Bonneville. Now what are your plans for the future for that little car?
Next month to run 205, take the record, world record.
You're going to take the world record with that car?
Bet.
All right, now he said he ran 160, and it's got a V8 engine in it, but it had 8 spark plugs and only 5 of them were firing, right? you blew the tip off of 3 of them. So you're running on 5 cylinders and did 160. So you're going to do 205?
205 for the world record.
205 for the world record for a coupe, right?
For A-gas coupe, yeah.
A-gas coupe. So wish him the best of luck. Hopefully he won't get hurt and he'll break the record. Okay, Bill. You bet.
The next month was a flurry of activity as Bill checked in with his sponsors and readied the racer for a full-out run at the record. Like a kid waiting for Christmas, Bill could hardly wait to head down the highway that leads back to Bonneville. The big question was yet to be answered. How fast can we go?
Yep, he's gonna be pulling out of there right away. Okay. So, like.
How we doing this, Chief? That's the first one.
This one goes. This one. And let's see. This one. I'm going to put it in first.
Go there first.
Right in between.
Okay. I might figure this out sometime. Okay, we're gonna stack you like this.
This one.
Okay.
This one.
Okay. Side.
Other side.
Other side.
And the crotch. The crotch is offset.
You do this. Okay, I gotta get in behind here. Okay. Now, move your fingers. Wait a second. Let me look. I can't see them. Okay.
competition person is down. It's an open number.
It sounds good.
So you broke 110.
Is that all?
No.
How'd it feel, Bill?
Good.
183.
183?
Yep.
Tom told me to run 185.
This is just the unpacked, the ungroomed stuff, I believe.
You got the pins for these bottles?
Yes, sir.
How'd it feel, Bill? Does it feel like you're gonna have any problems this time?
No, you're on the edge all the way, you know. It's drifting all the time.
Was it better than the first run you did yesterday?
Oh yeah, that problem's gone. It's not pushing like that. It's just wet, so it's slick.
So the salt conditions aren't great.
Right, and then the wind's hitting you. You're getting gusts out there between the 2 and 3, and it'll kick you over to one side, and you got to catch that, and you're going sideways, and it'll get about maybe 45, and you bring it back in, and pour the power to her again and just keep going.
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah, it's a ride. The whole length of the way you're on the wheel and on the throttle.
So does it still match up to the first time?
Oh, it just gets better every time. It's just as exciting.
That's okay, don't worry about it. That's why we put that wide gap in there.
Cool.
Now we're done with licensing run.
Now I know what it feels like to run 183.
I'm going to walk over and get the time slip.
Alrighty.
Speed Week this year, last month. I think it was its very first run. Bill Carlisle came out as a spectator last year, first time on the Salt. Got all excited, went back home, built himself an A-gas competition coupe. One of the faster cars out here, got a big motor in it. This car is about a 32 Ford coupe with a strengthened nose on it. The person here that rented it is Steve Ludwig. So if Mr. Ludwig is out there, you have to move that car immediately. It's walking a racer. Walking one of our faster racers too. It's one of the Streamliners, 300-mile-an-hour car that it's in the way of. So appreciate it if Mr. Ludwig would come and remove that car. And please don't park your cars around any of the race cars. And you might end up blocking the pit area because they have to have access to these the pits. The pits are for our racing vehicles and they're crews only, not for the spectators. You can park the car outside and walk into the pits anywhere along the line there, so it's no advantage to park within the pits with your street cars. Bill Carlisle on course now in the A-gas competition coupe. Bill Carlisle is his first year on the Salt this year. As I mentioned, he came out as a spectator just last year, and he's currently getting his license filled up. He made his 175 to 200 run.
Well, Crash, we did it. 201 and change. Wow, record. That was a qualifying run. So now we're sitting here waiting to make the backup run, and we'll have the record in this class.
Make the backup run at a little faster.
The world's fastest A-gas competition coupe ever.
Definitely.
You're gonna do it, huh?
Definitely. And just to think, first time out. These guys have been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, we're new. Yeah, my last pass was a licensing run. Our first chance to even run it is a record run. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Beginner's luck, huh?
Especially when someone else has run it in your class and
just went 300.
Yeah, and he only got 196. So it's not like no one's even ever tried it before. Someone's tried it, and
it's been tried, yeah.
And you're still faster in a car that is capable of 300.
On his way to putting his name in the record book. And he's just 4.5 on course, and it's sounding mighty strong. So we'll see how well he does here. His exit speed was 201 on that last run. Let's see if he can get better than 200 there through the third mile. It'd be nice to get another 200-mile-an-hour run in here and set the record at 200 plus. Those century marks are always a major thing to go for. And here comes this time.
Quarter mile time, 180.16. First mile, 186.470. Second mile, 197.477. Third mile, 201.93.
A nice run, 201.593, averaged against 200.359. Going to give him a time around 200 point, well, that might be about 200.8 or 9, somewhere in there. And the average is 200.976. So congratulations to Bill Carlisle. He is now an official record holder at Bonneville Salt Flats. 200.976.
Yes!
Again, according to the 200.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah?
The car's going to be on the web.
It already is.
It's on the web. It's going to be there.
I used a big close-up I got from Speed Week. As the cover, as soon as my site comes up, your car is the first thing they see. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for being there. Yeah, this is the site right here. This is my email. You ever email me, touch, whatever. Send me information. I'll put it up there instantly.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We'll do it.
Give that to Mike. And
It's on the cover of the internet.
give that to Mike and have him look it up.
Yeah.
We make shirts like that for us. Big decals.
So Bill, tell us what you're doing here. Tell us what you're doing here. Tell us what you're doing here. Describe it so it doesn't just look like you're pulling it apart.
I'm not sure yet. We're in, we just did a backup run on our record. We run 200 miles an hour, just over. So we got a two-way average of 200, almost 201, a two-way average. And they make us come into impound here. That's what this is, so they can verify cubic inch. We got an engine through it. They'll check the displacement of one cylinder and multiply it, make sure that we're not over the legal limit for this class, which is 500. We're a long ways away, so we don't have to worry about it. And they'll check the fuel sample, make sure we didn't add any nitro or anything to it like that. And basically, probably about all they'll do, just to make sure that we meet the class criteria. And that'll make it official. We'll be the world's fastest gas coupe.
All right.
How did you do? 209.
For Bill Carlisle, it was a childhood dream come true. A two-way average speed of 200.976 miles per hour. Not bad for a 60-year-old car, and 17 years of tender loving care by its owner. So you may ask, what next? Well, Bill's next goal is 230 miles an hour, with 245 just beyond that. And, off in the distance, 300 is the next big barrier. Only time will tell.